Several years ago, I had a close friendship with a friend that I enjoyed spending time with. We had similar interests and would often laugh at each other's jokes because we got one another. But at one point, he made a decision that hurt me deeply. Our friendship was no longer the same, and I ended up moving out of the area. Now, there are many who say that the phrase, "time heals all wounds," but what I've often found is that sometimes time simply allows wounds to get infected. Years later, I found myself still harboring resentment toward my friend, but now it was affecting how I was interacting with others. My own unforgiveness from my past was hindering what I wanted to do in my future. It was at this point that I realized that I needed to forgive him. It wasn't something that he had asked for, but I knew that if I didn't do it, I could never move on to what God wanted for me in my next season of life. So one day I took a deep breath, I said a quick prayer, and I dialed his number. Now, you don't actually have to talk to someone to forgive him, but that day I felt that's what I needed to do. The conversation was short. I simply said, "Hey, I know at one point we were friends, but what you did hurt me." And then I said, "I want you to know that I forgive you. And moving forward, I do not hold this against you." And I politely said goodbye, and the conversation was over. Our paths have not really crossed since, but since that day, the day that I chose to forgive, my own life has been different. I no longer carry that bitterness and resentment. It was only hurting me anyway. I also have been able to take steps forward in my life that I would never have been able to do had I continued to carry that weight of unforgiveness. I wouldn't have been able to share this story because I had never really truly walked that journey of forgiveness. Ephesians 4:32 says, "Be kind to each other, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God, through Christ, has forgiven you." Forgiveness is probably the most difficult thing you will ever do. But when you do, your faith grows deeper and stronger. You find new strength that you never thought you had because the power and forgiveness that Christ has shown to us now shines out into the lives of others.